Joining us for the Javelina Broadcast Network, my name is Aaron Salinas, and I'm joined alongside with Robert Breedlove. Robert, we just witnessed part of TAMUK history now as the 2013 Javelina baseball team just received their rings for the Lone Star Conference tournament.
Yeah, it's a pretty amazing accomplishment. Hopefully this year they might win the conference outright. They have a really good team this year.
Yes, sir. You got an interview with Coach Jason Gonzalez, who's in his 5th season currently, correct?
Yep, got that. I interviewed him yesterday during practice. He was a good interview and gave us a lot of insight to how he's preparing for this season.
That's right. And if I'm not mistaken, we have 15 seniors returning to the team, correct?
Including Taylor Tasca, who was the LSC Player of the Year, and also our starting pitcher today, Dallas Ponder, who was the Lone Star Conference Pitcher of the Year. So we have a lot of great stacked talent, and this should be an awesome season.
Yes, sir. Indeed. Talent is all across their roster, and today the Javelinas will be facing against a pretty good University of Houston Victoria Jaguars. The Jaguars had their season opener against DeWayne College out of Nebraska. Overall, they are 1-3. And now we'll get you your starting lineup.
Okay.
Finished ranked in the top 10 in the country. We're also the South Central regional runners-up. Never missed postseason play during their careers here. Please welcome back Cash Barker.
The graduating seniors now being announced.
James Wallace. Zach Pettiford. And Chris Blue.
Fantastic talent from them.
Yes, and we're not talking about the president here.
Throwing out the first pitch, all the graduating seniors.
All of them good.
Yeah, they're all good. Catch and receive. That's got to be a special moment to come back to receive your ring.
Umpire's taking the field. And here's the manager coming out from UFH Victoria, handing his lineup cards, shaking the umpire's hands.
Coach Gonzalez making his way as well.
Javelina's wearing a...
Robert, as we mentioned, we have an interview with you from Coach Gonzalez as we settle some things right now, managerial. Why don't we go ahead and get that video clip up right now?
All right, I'm here with coach of the Javelina baseball team, Coach Gonzalez, Jason Gonzalez. How are you feeling, Coach?
We're excited. It's good to be out here. It's good that opening day is tomorrow. Opening day is always a special day no matter where you're at or what you're doing. And the fact that we get to do it here at home with a pretty good team, we're very excited about it.
All right, y'all, of course, are coming off a 42-win season, going to the regional tournament, and also winning the LSC tournament. Of course, y'all start off the season 0-0 like the rest, so what is your attitude going into this season?
Well, what we've got to do is take the momentum that we had last year and just build off of it. We're very blessed and fortunate that we've got a tremendous amount of these same guys returning that walked off the field last year disappointed. Even though they won 42 games, set all kind of records, the bottom line was we all felt disappointed. And so they've shown up here in August from day one, very determined, very hungry to get right back to what we were last year. And so, again, we're excited that it's underway.
What are the advantages having so much experience on this team?
Well, experience is invaluable, and anytime you can start with those two guys, you've got a pretty good foundation, a pretty good nucleus. Dallas won 10 games for us on the mound last year, and Taylor won 9 for us. So that's 19 wins that are coming back. And so, there's a tremendous amount of pressure on those guys because they've been voted preseason players of the year. But they've done a tremendous job of handling the success, and that's what you got to do. In this business, what we've tried to do over the last 5 years is create a monster, and I think we've done that. And now we've got to be able to slay that monster.
All right, now moving on to the junior class, we have Chris Wallace behind the plate. He's coming off a solid season last season, but you said before to the South Texan that there is a kind of an empty spot in the pitching staff, the closer spot, which was vacated last year by
Flores.
Yeah, Jeremy Flores. Thank you. I Blake Dowd's name, had 13 saves and a school record. So we have you said we had about 2 or 3 juniors competing for that spot. Can you speak about them a little bit more?
Well, again, it's hard to replace a guy that leads the conference in saves and sets the Lone Star Conference all-time record for saves. Those guys, they don't come around very often, and so it's not easy to replace. But we're fortunate in that, one, Taylor Tasca has done it before. What a lot of people don't know is, as a true freshman, he set the single-season record for saves here in our program as a true freshman. So he's got experience starting as well. But what we're going to try to do is early on, we will probably close with Taylor and see if somebody else can emerge as a starter. If we can't, we do have a couple of guys down in the bullpen that again could fill that role for us. So it's just going to be getting those guys opportunities early in the season.
What is the approach from the mound and from the plate to this team in this upcoming game?
Well, again, the advantage that they have over us is they've played 4 games already, and this will be our first game. So there is an advantage of playing. But you know what? We'll never take another team for granted. Those guys are going to walk up to the plate with aluminum, so that means they're going to be dangerous. But it's good for us because it's time for us to play somebody else in the wrong colored uniform. We've scrimmaged a lot these past 3 weeks, a lot of inter squads. So the pitchers know how to get our hitters out. The hitters know what our pitchers can and can't do. So it's just good that we get another team in here. And again, our championship quest will start tomorrow.
All right, that sounds nice. It's been a long, cold winter, but I'm glad we can get back out on the field and enjoy some baseball. Thank you for talking to us, Coach, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, thanks for having me.
All right. Fantastic interview, Robert. Great questions for Coach Jason Gonzalez, who's in his 5th season.
Oh, yes, and now we're going to go on to the lineups for today's game, starting with the University of Houston of Victoria, Jaguars. All right, leading off for the Jaguars at shortstop, Dylan Blaha. Number 4, batting on second base, Ryan Suskin. Batting third, at third base, Robert Zaragoza. Batting fourth in the cleanup spot, Kyle Bladow. Fifth in the DH position, Joshua Booth. Number 15 at first, Robert Gleasoner. And in center field, we have Ryan Pearsall. Batting 8 in right field, Stephen Shorkey. Batting 9th, and behind the plate, Blake Diver. And starting pitching for the Jaguars will be Orlando Quiroga.
All right, and as the Javelinas take the field, number 11 shortstop Derek Walls. Batting second, number 18 first base Taylor Tasca, as you mentioned, very talented young man. Coming in batting third is going to be number 10 third baseman James Black. Number 5 is going to be second baseman Matt Bettis. Batting fifth, number 19 designated hitter Ryan Goudry. Batting sixth is going to be number 17, our catcher Clint Wallace. Number 14, batting seventh is going to be our center fielder Travis Laird. Batting eighth, number 22 left fielder Julian Duran. Batting ninth, and finally number 2, our right fielder Dustin Aguilar.
All right, starting pitching for the Javelinas is Dallas Ponder, right-hander, number 13. Once again, had an amazing season last season.
Definitely.
Winning the LSC Pitcher of the Year as he fixes his cap.
Many congratulations to Dustin Ponder, of course. The University of Houston Victoria, is going to be coached under head coach Terry Poole, coming into his 7th season. A little background on the University of Houston Victoria. The Jaguars are part of the NAIA, and their conference is the Association of Independent Institutions, a very large conference, as I mentioned before, Robert, with 23 teams.
And an international conference as well. They have teams in Mexico, teams in Canada. They're all over North America.
Yes, sir. They finished out their 2013 season with an overall record of 20-23. Not your best record that you want, especially in your 7th season as a head coach. But their conference record was 7-3, which, you can't ask for much better than that. They do have some talent returning as far as the Jaguars are concerned. For all conference returning, we have Dylan Blaha, the shortstop, Brandon Bohannon, the catcher, and Ryan Suskin, the second baseman. So definitely a lot of talent from the University of Houston Victoria.
That's right. And stepping up to plate now is number 11, the shortstop, Dylan Blaha. He's batting from the left side, or the right-hand side, left-handed batter. The Jaguars are in red with gray pants and black caps.
Javelinas are dressed all in white today with the yellow caps. Once again, thank you for joining us here at Nolan Ryan Baseball Field with the Javelina Broadcast Network.
Yeah, Blaha messes with his gloves, takes a few warm-up swings, and steps into the backs.
Ponder stepping up.
Stretch, and the pitch. Strike one, swinging up in the zone. 0-1.
Blaha might have been a little intimidated by that. He did not expect some speed on that one.
Here's the pitch. Swing, bouncer, up to second base. Throw to first, and that's the first out of the inning.
Like we said, Blaha is an all-conference returning shortstop, but the Javelinas got the best of him on that one.
Next up for the Jaguars.
So coming up next for the Jaguars is Ryan Suskin, second baseman, also batting left. A lot of left-handers in this lineup, going against Pounder.
Sustin, again, one of the all-conference returnings. So talent is not short-handed for the Victoria team right now.
Ponder delivers on the outside corner, ball one. Ponder steps up, delivers, up in the zone, 2-0. Shortstop Derek Walls back up in the near to the outfield. Here's the pitch by Ponder. Delivers.
Ooh.
Pop fly to center field. Going back is Travis Laird and makes the catch for the out number 2. All right, stepping up the plate for the Jaguars is Robert Zaragoza, the second baseman. Batting from the left side once again. Steps out of the box. Third baseman, excuse me.
Taking his time, getting his feet set.
And here's the delivery by Ponder. Down near in the dirt, ball one. Ponder delivers again. Up and in, 2-0. Ponder. Here's the pitch by Ponder once again. Outside, 3-0 count.
That one got a little too far from him right now. Gonna set his feet again.
I can imagine Zaragoza will probably be taking on this next pitch. We'll see.
Most definitely.
Ponder gets set. Here's the windup. And the delivery. Right down the middle, strike one, 3-1.
Beautiful pitch right there from Ponder.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell he earned that title, Lone Star Conference pitcher, very well, very easily.
Here's the pitch once again by Ponder.
Got
Fouled
a piece
back.
of it.
Full count. So it's 3-2 with 2 outs in the top of the first inning. Score still 0-0. Ponder kicks the dirt a bit. Gets set. And here's the delivery. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Nice breaking ball. And we're done with the top of the first. Still 0-0 with the Javelinas coming up.
That was a great pitch out by Ponder. Now we're going to go ahead and take a short commercial break as we readjust and get the teams back on the field. We'll be right back with the Javelina Broadcast Network. We're experiencing a little technical difficulties, but as we're at it, as we said, the University of Houston Victoria does have some great talent.
And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go.
Do we only have one commercial?
Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
We're back here at Nolan Ryan Baseball Field as the Jaguars will take the field, and right-handed pitcher Orlando Quiroga is going to be our pitcher for the Jaguars for the rest of today.
Right-hander.
Yes, sir. As we were saying before we left to commercial break, University of Houston Victoria has some great talent. They are currently have a record of 1-3, hoping they were not very happy with their season opener against DeWine College out of Nebraska. The one win they did have came from pitcher Corey Carter, a senior right-hander. We might see him later on tonight, just depending on how Quiroga goes.
Okay, so Derek Walls, the transfer from IWA, steps in. Here's the pitch from Quiroga. High and on the outside corner, ball 1. Quiroga delivers once again. Strike 1 on the inside corner. Quiroga not taking his time. Here's another pitch. On the outside corner. 2-1. Quiroga delivers. On the outside corner once again. 3-1. Quiroga sets, delivers. Ball 4, and Walls takes first base. Speedy guy. Maybe we might see some action here in the first inning.
We might see some steals. We never know.
They got him for his speed. Nice speedy left hand shortstop. So we've got Taylor Tasca, the Lone Star Conference champion. Well, not the champion, but the player of the year. Plays first, batting right-handed today.
That was great patience by Derek Wallace to wait, see when he can get, and he got a base out of it.
He takes a slight lead off first. Pitch, and Tasca sends it to left field, and it's gone!
And he's gone.
Home run!
That is going to bring 2 runs in for the Javelinas. Taylor Tasca. It is clear to see why he won Lone Star Conference Player of the Year, and he's gone.
Just takes it out on the first pitch. He gets a little help from the wind. The wind's blowing out towards Corral Avenue in the outfield, but still, a lot of power behind that guy, and he might go for a nice repeat this year. It's 2-0.
Definitely.
Javelinas.
For the first pitch he sees for the season to send it out, man, that is a great way to kick off a home opener to your season.
The best way to kick off an opener.
Most definitely. That brings 2 runs in for the Javelinas as number 10, number 10, third baseman James Black will take on.
With the bases empty.
Due to Taylor Tasca, if you're just joining us in right now.
First pitch on the outside corner, strike 1. James steps out on the box, gets back in. Here's the pitch. Outside, 1-1. Quiroga gets set. Here's the pitch. Strike 2 on the inside corner. 1-2. Still no outs in the bottom of the first. In the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch from Quiroga. Outside in the dirt. 2-2. In the on-deck circle, second baseman Matt Perez. Taking a few warm-ups. Here's the pitch from Quiroga. Grounder down the third base line, foul.
Oh, I get what you're doing. ER.
Quiroga misses with the thigh. He gets set. Here's the pitch. Black smacks it to left field, and it will drop. He gets on first, turns, but no advancement to second, stays on first. Still no outs, and we have Matt Perez coming in, the second baseman. He's batting right-handed today.
Nice little pop-up by James Black. He got a base out of it. It is 2-0 A&M Kingsville currently right now due to Taylor Traska's home run that brought in Derek Walls. 2-0 at the bottom of the inning.
Okay, so Pettis steps in. Batted 307 last year. He'll take his first pitch of the season for a strike. 0-1.
32 RBI right there. Very impressive by Matt Bettis.
459 on base percentage. Let's see. The pitch takes on the outside. 1-1. Grover looks to first. Here's the pitch.
Ooh.
Inside. 2-1.
Black tempting the pitcher right now. As he said, James Black is a very speedy young man.
Here's the pitch from Kuroga. Way outside. 3-1. Black takes the lead off first. His pitch. Down in the dirt. Ball 4. So 2-man on. No outs for Ryan Gadry, the designated hitter. He's once again batting right-handed today. Tosses the bat back to the dugout and takes a few practice swings.
The Javelinas looking fantastic in the first inning of the season opener here at Nolan Ryan Field. 2-0 A&M Kingsville leads in the bottom of the first. Goudry getting his feet set, getting ready.
Taps the plate with his bat. All right, Kuroga gets set. His pitch. Outside corner. Strike 1. Fans not liking that call. Black on second. Perez on first. Here's a pitch. Ground ball, foul. 0-2 count. Javelinas have yet to get their first out of the season.
Goudry getting his feet set once again.
His pitch from Kuroga. Foul back. 0-2 still.
Man behind the plate for the Jaguars is Blake Diver, number 18. Not much to get past him. He had a solid 4 games in the season opener.
Okay, Guidry gets set. Kuroga gets set. And here's the pitch. Strike swinging. Strike 3. First out for the season for the Javelinas. And that will now bring up Clint Wallace, the backstop here for the Javelinas. He's batting right-handed.
Clint Wallace, part of that Lone Star Conference Tournament Championship team that we are very proud of to have here at Texas A&M Kingsville. Not only were they the Lone Star Conference champions, tournament champions, excuse me, they also had the best record in Javelina baseball history.
Here's the pitch. Strike 1, swinging. Junior, he batted 306 last year, or 307, excuse me, had 10 RBIs and a 416 on base percentage. So once again, great offensive numbers all throughout this lineup here.
Yes, sir.
Kuroga gets set. And here's the pitch. Ooh, ball 1. 1-1 count. 1 out and 2 men on for the Javelinas. Kuroga sets back on the mound. Gets set. Looks back to second. His pitch. Smacked backed up. Nice diving catch on second and gets the force out for a double play. 4-6.
And that'll bring us to the top of the second inning with the A&M Kingsville leading 2-0 to the University of Houston Victoria Jaguars. As we give our pitcher Dallas Ponder a little time to warm up, we're going to go ahead and take a short commercial break.
The things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts. Real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Aaron Salinas joined alongside with Robert Breedlove here at Nolan Ryan Baseball Field, and we've seen some great things, Robert, out of the first inning from the Javelinas.
Yeah, Ponder having a solid 1-2-3 inning on the mound, and Javelinas had a pretty productive first inning. Two runs on that Taylor Tasca, home run to left field.
Bringing in Derek Walls, as you said, a transfer from IWA. Imagine seeing a Lone Star Conference Tournament champions. Made it a little easy to go ahead and transfer over.
Yep. And they might take it outright this year with the team we've seen so far.
That's right. Talent just adding up to the Javelinas team.
Okay, number 25, Kyle Bludow steps into the plate. Ponders his next pitch. Gets set, and here's the pitch. Outside. Strike one.
Bludow is actually the offensive leader for the University of Houston Victoria Jaguars with from his four games out of the season. Excuse me, Robert. Sorry about that.
Working the outside, Ponder 0-2.
He has a .6 batting average, brought in 3 RBIs and 3 runs for his first 4 games of the season.
And here's the pitch from Ponder. In the dirt. Ball 1.
Nice by Clint Wallace. Man, making sure it doesn't get past him.
1-2 for Bludow. Here's the pitch from Ponder. Smacks it right up the middle. Shortstop Walls dives, can't get it, and it's a
he'll make it to first.
Leadoff single for the Jags here in the second inning. And now Josh Booth steps up to the plate, designated hitter, number 35.
Taking his time. I'm sure emotions are pretty high for the Jags today. Witnessing the ring ceremony for the Javelinas, it's probably got in their head a little bit maybe.
Yeah. Here's the pitch from Ponder. He gets set. Delivery. On the outside. He's been working the outside very well so far this inning. 0-1. Dal takes the lead off first. Ponder gets set. And now the pitch. Fly ball to right field. Going back into the corner. Dal around second. Here comes the throw. Second and third. So it's a no-out double for Josh Booth. Runners on second and third and still no outs.
Good hit by Josh Booth, getting him to second, and Bludow getting to third.
Next up for the Jaguars.
Jags trying to draw blood here in the second inning.
First baseman, 15, Robert Gleisner.
All right. Now Robert Gleisner steps up to the plate. First baseman, once again, batting left-handed. We have yet to see a right-handed hitter for the Jags so far. Though we do have Ryan Pearsall, the center fielder, stepping up in the on-deck circle. Okay. Ponder gets set. And the pitch. Low, but gets the first strike. 0-1. Okay. Ponder gets set once again. The delivery. Ground ball. Ponder gets over and down the line. Tosses it to first. Gets the first out of the inning. 1-3 play there.
Thought about sending it home to try and get Bludow out, but Bludow just decided to wait on third. The Jaguars have Booth on second and Bludow on third.
Good job on checking the runner back to third. preserving that lead. We got one out for the center fielder, Ryan Pearsall, our first right-handed batter for the Jags.
2-0 at the top of the second inning for A&M Kingsville.
Okay. Pearsall steps in. Booth on second, Bladau on third. Here's the pitch. Popped back out of play for strike number 1. Pearsall messes with his gloves.
Pearsall adjusting, coming back in.
Touches the plate with the bat. Ponder gets set. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball, low. Ball 1, 1-1. 1 out. 2 men out. Hoggies trying to hold on to their lead in the second inning. Ponder with the pitch. Foul back. Straight back behind the plate. Strike 2. 1-2. Pearsall once again fiddling with his gloves over there. Steps back into the box. Ponder getting his signals from Wallace. Gets set. And the pitch. Low. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ponder gets the signal, steps off.
Pearsall adjusting.
Takes a long look. Here's Ponder set. The stretch and the delivery. Strike, nice pitch, gets him out. It's out number 2.
Fantastic job by Ponder with 2 men close in scoring position. He's just sending these guys back to the bench.
All right, now up for the Jags is left-handed batter, right fielder Stephen Shorkey. Steps in the plate. Takes a long look. 2 men on in scoring position, and here's the pitch from Ponder. Right down the middle, strike 1. Let's get 2 outs, 2 men on in the second inning. Ponder trying to get out a bit of a jam here. Takes a look down at his catcher, gets set, and here's the stretch and the delivery. Oof, in the dirt, nice block by Wallace, keeping that runner on third. 1-1.
Very experienced team, as you said before, for Texas A&M University-Kingsville, with 15 returns to the team, 15 seniors, including Ponder, the LSC Pitcher of the Year.
Wallace returning, junior behind the plate. A lot of experience, a lot of talent. Okay, Ponder gets set. Here's the pitch. Strike into the dirt. 1-2.
1-2, 2 outs and 2 men on. Top of the second. A&M leads 2.
Okay, Ponder stares down at his catcher. Ponder gets set. Here's the pitch. Foul. Pop fly. Third base running it down. Nice hustle by
Great job by third baseman
James Black for the 3rd out. All right, 2 men getting on in scoring position, but don't score, and the Javelinas hold on to their lead, 2-0, going to the bottom of the second.
Fantastic job by Ponder, keeping those guys out of score. And with that, we are going to take a break here from Nolan Ryan Baseball Field and send it to a commercial break.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
And welcome back to Nolan Ryan Baseball Field here in Kingsville, Texas, on the beautiful campus of Texas A&M University-Kingsville, as your Javelinas take on the University of Houston Victoria Jaguars. And we saw some great defensive action by the Javelinas in the top of the second inning, correct, Robert?
Yeah, James Black running down in foul territory to get that third out. Also, Ponder checking that run to back at third, holding on to that lead he has. And here's the pitch from Quiroga. Up and outside to Travis Laird, the center fielder. Batting from the left side. Quiroga, not taking his time. Pitch, up, ball 2-0. Laird went 270 last year, 20 RBIs and 336 on base percentage. Here's Quiroga with the pitch, outside, 3-0 count.
Solid year out of Laird.
Quiroga, pitch once again. Outside, a 4-pitch walk for Laird, and the Javelinas have one man on with no outs. Nice leadoff walk.
Great patience out of Laird.
And now Julian Duran, the left fielder, stepped up to the plate. Batting from the batting right-handed today. Got some fans out there.
Yeah, it's a great day for baseball here at Nolan Ryan Baseball Field. Everybody a little excited, hoping for a repeat, maybe even a better season out of the Javelinas this year.
Okay, Quiroga gets set. Here's the pitch. Ooh! It hits Julian Duran, gets hit by the pitch, takes first, and now we have two men on with no outs. And now Destin Aguilar, the right fielder, takes his spot at the plate. Weather is great. Nice,
Fantastic.
a lot better than this time last week. About 30 degrees warmer and a lot less wet. Perfect baseball weather.
A little windy, but looks like the wind is coming out of the south. Maybe even help get a few runs in.
Yep. Okay, Quiroga gets set. Here's the pitch. On the outside corner, strike one. Nice breaking ball.
2 men on for the Javelinas. Bottom of the second inning, A&M Kingsville leading 2-0.
Both owners take their lead. First man, sets up for the bunt, gets it down, and gets the play at third. And there's one out, 2 men on,
and that
the sacrifice has failed.
That will send Laird back to the bench with.
Back to the plate for the Hogs. Top lineup, stop number 11, Derek Wall.
Okay, back to the top of the line at Derek Walls. I said he's from Incarnate Word Academy. That's the high school, my bad. He's from Incarnate Word University.
Yes, out of San Antonio in Texas.
UIW, not IWA. So, sorry for
any
error on
confusion.
my part.
Not a problem.
He got on base, scored a run. Last time up, here's the pitch. Inside, strike one. 0-1, 1 out, 2 men on. In the bottom of the second. Javelinas have a 2-run lead, 2-0 over the UHV Hogs. Or Hags. Hags. Yeah. Here's a grounder up to first base. And whoa! And he's safe.
He's safe.
First base. Nice.
And they get a run in.
Oh. Nice play. Gunzer. It was a race to first base. He tried to dive, could not get him.
He did bring a run in, making it 3-0.
Yes, and
Jaguars made a play at third, getting out Aguilar, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes, Aguilar gets thrown out at third. A very, very eventful play there. 2 away, 1 man on first. And Javelinas extend the lead to 3-0, and now there's a meeting called on the mound. Quick meeting.
Javelinas had a nice burst of energy there, bringing in a run.
Very, very eventful play.
After the failed bunt attempt by Duran, I believe. Number 18, Taylor Tasca, coming up.
1 for 1, got that home run to left field.
Fantastic play by Tasca.
Can get some more offensive action. Here's the pitch from Kuroga.
Didn't like that one.
Ball 1.
Tasca had an average of 341
Pick off to first.
with
Dives back in.
52 RBI and an on-base percentage of 407.
Tasca takes a couple practice swings. Tall and slender. He stands in the box. Here's the pitch. In the dirt on the outside, 2-0.
Tasca once again responsible for that homer in the first, bringing in Derek Walls earlier.
Derek Walls takes his lead. Speedy shortstop. Kuroga takes a look. Here's the pitch. Foul tip. Walls goes to second. Dives in.
And safe.
A nice stolen base by Walls, showing off his speed there. Man in scoring position. Count is 2-1 to Tasca. 2 outs.
Puts a little more pressure off of Tasca.
That speed on second, Tasca just has to drop it somewhere in the outfield to probably get Wells home. Kuroga is set. Here's the pitch. Outside. 3-1. Tasca taking a lot more of his time. Took 4 pitches so far this at bat. It only took him 1 last time up.
And that was the one for
yes. Here's the pitch.
getting
Fouls it
away
back.
from him.
Full count, 2 outs.
Once again for the Jags, on the mound is a right-handed pitcher, Orlando Quiroga. He's had a little trouble so far.
See if he can get out of here this inning. Gets set. Here's the pitch. Low. And
That'll put 2 men on with Derek Walls on second and Taylor Tasca on first. Bringing up James Black, who made that great defensive play for the Javelinas last inning.
yeah, so James Black, batting right-handed. Makes a few practice swings. Once again, Wells on second, Tasca on first. 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Kuroga gets set. Here's the pitch. Swinging strike, 0-1.
Kuroga adjusting, getting back to the mound.
Got a single last time, got to second base. Here's the pitch. Fouled off to the right, out of play, 0-2.
Once again, it is 3-0. A&M Kingsville leading the Jags in the bottom of the second.
Kuroga takes a quick look back at second. Wells on second, Tasca on first.
2 outs for the Javelinas.
There gets set. And here's the pitch. Way up. Oh, a little confusing as Tasca goes to second. Wells is caught in a rundown. Back to second. A little pickle going on here. And Wells dives down, gets tagged out by the third baseman. And that's the end of the inning. A strange ending to a strange inning. But
Not a disappointing inning for the Javelinas, though. They did get a run out, leaves 3-0 coming up to the top of the third. And we'll go ahead and take a short commercial break for the Javelina Broadcast Network.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Welcome back, Javelina fans. We are here, Aaron Salinas with Robert Breedlove, at Nolan Ryan Baseball Field. A beautiful day for Javelina baseball as A&M leads 3-0 to the University of Houston Victoria Jaguars.
All right, stepping up to the plate for the Jags is number 18, Blake Diver, the catcher. Ponder adjusts his hat.
One of the two right-handers for the Jaguars today.
He's stacked them with left-handers to face the right-handed Ponder. Dallas Ponder having a solid game so far, giving up only 2 hits. No runs. All right, he gets set. And now here's the stretch. And the delivery. Smacked it up. Shortstop Walls gets back on a nice frozen rope. Line drive, out number 1.
Walls once again, probably one of the faster people for one of the faster players for the Javelinas, showing off his speed, stealing a base in the last inning.
Got caught in a rundown.
And we are at the top of the lineup with number 11,
Dylan Blaha.
Dylan Blaha, batting left as well.
Here's the pitch from Ponder. Swing a whiff by Blaha. 0-1 with 1 out. There's Ponder with the pitch. Strike 2 in there. 0-2.
Blaha, one of the returning all-conference for the University of Victoria Jaguars, shortstop.
Pitch from Ponder. Outside, 3-pitch strikeout.
All 3 going past Blaha.
Ponder, confounding batter so far today.
And that'll bring up second baseman number 4, Ryan Suskin. Also a talented young man, made all-conference last year for the Jaguars. And he will set, and waiting for the pitch for Ponder.
Ponder with the pitch. Fouled back, 0-1.
Two outs for the Jaguars.
Ponder adjusts his glove. It's back on. Gets set. Stretch. In the delivery. Smacks it back. Susan drops into center field. He'll get on first, make a turn.
And he's turning for second.
Yep. And
Thought about it.
Thought about it. Not going to risk it with only 2 outs.
That will actually be the first hit from the Jaguars, I believe.
The third hit.
Oh, third hit?
Yes.
Oh, excuse me.
First hit for this inning. Got a man on with 2 outs. Up to bat is Robert Zaragoza, third baseman, batting left-handed. Ponder adjusts his cap. Looks down at the catcher. Looks back at first. Gets set. Stretch in the delivery. Inside. 1-0. Kyle Bladow is on deck. Ponder gets set. It's a pitch. Takes it on the outside corner. 1-1. Tasca holds the runner at first. Here's the pitch. Ball is fouled way off to the left. 1-2.
3-0 at the top of the third inning for A&M Kingsville. 1-2, 2 outs.
Okay, Ponder gets set. Here's the pitch. And then
Stealing the second.
Suskin, and he won't get very far as the ball is a towering fly to the left field corner, and Duran gets the catch. 3 out, 3 away. No runs on 1 hit for the Jags. We're going to the bottom of the third. 3-0 still for the Hoggies.
And that'll bring us to another commercial break here at Nolan Ryan Field. We'll be right back after these few messages.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
And we are back here at Nolan Ryan Baseball Field. Aaron Salinas joined alongside with Robert Breedlove as number 10 James Black heads up to bat.
Okay, bottom of the third. Javelinas have a 3-0 lead. See if they can add to it. Here's the pitch from Quiroga. Smacks it, gets on the inside, smacks it down left field line, but foul. 0-1.
A&M Kingsville having very eventful innings so far. 2 innings in the first, two runs, in the first, and 1 run coming out of this second.
Here's the pitch from Quiroga, way on the outside. Ball 1, 1-1. All right, Black steps back on the plate. Here's Quiroga, not taking his time again. Here we go. And foul off behind the plate, 1-2.
Adjusting his glove, James Black. He's had a very solid game so far, both offensively and defensively.
Got on base in the first inning. Here's the pitch. Smacks up. Fly ball to center field. Pierce all over to get it. And it's taken by Shorkey for the first out of the inning.
Shorkey being able to get right under it. And it looks like we have number 5, Matt Bettis
coming up to plate.
Our second baseman.
Here's the pitch from Quiroga, strike 1. Pettis steps back on the plate. Quiroga, very fast worker. Here's the pitch from Quiroga. On the inside, called strike, 0-2.
0-2, 1 out for the Javelinas.
Here's the pitch from Quiroga. Way outside, 1-2.
Matt Bettis averaging last year 307 with 32 RBI and an on-base percentage of a 459. Solid work out of Bettis.
Here's the pitch from Quiroga. Pettis smacks it down left field line, foul. 1-2.
Got a piece of it, making it 1-2.
Got out, little out in front.
Bottom of the third, A&M Kingsville leads the Jaguars 3-0. No man on base.
Pettis steps out of the plate, takes a few swings, gets back in, and Quiroga set, and the stretch and the delivery. Smacked up to the second baseman. Suskin picks it up, throws to first for the second out.
That'll bring up our designated hitter, right-hander, number 19, Ryan Goudry.
Goudry steps up the plate, right-handed batter. Taking a few practice swings. 2 up, 2 out, 2 gone so far in the bottom of the third. Quiroga gets set. Delivery. Smacks it up the left field line. Just hugging the line fair. He's rounding first, and he's going for second.
Looks like he'll make it.
Liddell had a little trouble handling the ball in left field, and he gets an easy double. So some action here in the bottom of the third as Goudry gets a double to left field. They'll bring up Clint Wallace, the catcher.
Good play right there by Goudry.
Keeping the inning alive, trying to put some insurance on the board for the Javelinas.
Most definitely. Clint Wallace, fantastic catcher as well as hitter. On a defensive standpoint, nothing's really gone past him. Been a solid couple of innings for Wallace so far.
Steps the plate. Kuroga not taking his time. Here's the pitch. Outside in the dirt. Nice block by the catcher. Diver. Keeping Goudry on second base. 1-0 count to Wallace. Kuroga gets set. Looks back at second. Here's the pitch. Inside. Ball 1. Ball 2. Excuse me. 2-0. Kuroga very fast and very fast-paced pitcher. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Ball 3. 3-0.
Wind slowing down a little bit.
Here's the pitch. Smacks it right
behind
straight back up the
him.
middle. Here comes Goudry around third. He's being
Goudry's
waved home.
coming,
Here
coming
comes the
in.
play. And no throw home. And Javelinas get another run this inning. 4-0 on a RBI single by Chris Wallace.
Great fast-paced run out of Goudry,
To the plate for the Hogs.
bringing it home from second base.
Center fielder number 14.
Wallace heading to first.
So now we have Travis Laird coming up. Center fielder batting left-handed. Kuroga gets back on the mound. Wallace takes the lead. Looks back.
Man on first with 2 outs as Laird's in the box.
Lines there. Holding back on first. Ball 1 in the dirt. Low. Kuroga getting rocked in the opening innings of this game. 4-0. Here's a pitch. Fly ball to center. Pearsall leaps and makes a jumping catch in center field. And that would be the end of the inning.
That'll send us to the 4th with A&M Kingsville leading 4-0 here at Nolan Ryan Baseball Field. We will be right back with the Javelina Broadcast Network after these few messages.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Javelina Baseball. We are here back at Nolan Ryan Baseball Field as the Javelinas will step up for the 4th inning, and they lead 4-0. Aaron Salinas joined alongside with Robert Breedlove. Pretty solid inning so far, Robert.
Ponder's been pitching bullets, just been holding back any runs.
Showing that he is the LSC Pitcher of the Year.
Yes, yes, yes. Though we do have somebody warming up in the pit, and the bullpen for the Javelinas, left-hander. No action in the Jaguar bullpen. Stepping up the plate for the Jags is Kyle Bludow,
Number
25. Ponder puts his glove on.
taking a little time from Ponder.
No hurry. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Low outside and in the dirt. 1-0. Here's the pitch from Ponder. High and away. Ball 2. Ponder gets set. Here's the pitch. Outside. 3 balls to start off the inning for Ponder.
Blue Dell having a solid season so far. They've only played 4 games, excuse me, but he's the offensive leader right now with a 6 batting average with 3 RBIs from those 4 games.
Right down the middle, strike 1, 3-1. Pitch. Strike. Taken for a strike, 3-2. Once again, there's some action in the bullpen. Left-hander, looks like it's Matt Rhodes. Taking a few warm-up pitches. Inside. Ball 4. Nearly grazed him, too.
Yes, sir. That'll take Blue Dell to first with Javelinas leading 4-0 in the top of the 4th.
Leadoff walk puts Lodell on first. And now we have Josh Booth stepping up to the plate, designated hitter. As there is a meeting on the mound. Wallace returns back to the plate. Ponder puts his glove back on. Tasca holding Bladell at first.
Wallace ready for the pitch.
Ponder gets set. In the stretch. Inside, but gets it on the inside. Strike 1, 0-1. Ponder gets set once again. Here's the pitch. Swinging strike, 0-2. Booth steps back into the box. Ponder gets set. Here's the pitch. Whiff. Strike 3. 3-pitch strikeout for Ponder, and it's the first out of the inning. And now we have Robert Gleenser stepping up to the plate, left-handed batter. The first baseman. Ponder gets set. Liddell leads off first. Here's the pitch. In on the inside, strike 1. Ponder dealing after that leadoff walk. Okay, Ponder gets set. Delivery. On the outside corner, he's painting that. 0-2. Two strikes. 1 out, 1 man on. Here's the pitch from Ponder. On the outside corner, misses. 1-2. Ponder gets set. Delivery. Low and in the dirt. 2-2. Ponder looks down. It's set. In the pitch. Swing. Another swinging strike. It's 2 outs. Ponder has 2 strikeouts in a row and 2 outs. And now here comes Ryan Pearsall, center fielder. One of the only 2 right-handed batters in the lineup today for the Jags. 1 man on, 2 outs. Pearsall steps in. Ponder looks back at first, gets set. Stretch. Pitch. Fly ball to left field. It's going back, and it's gone.
It's gone. That'll make it 2-4. A&M Kingsville still with the lead.
Jags hit their first couple of runs of the game on a towering home run to left field from Ryan Pearsall.
Solid hit out of the right-hander. Can't take anything away from the kid. And we have ourselves a ball game.
They close it up.
Top of the 4th, A&M Kingsville leads 4-2 as the Jaguars just brought 2 men in. 2 strikes.
Shorkey steps up. Here's the pitch from Ponder. Outside. Ball called ball 1-0. Ponder takes the pitch. Ooh, outside in the dirt, 2-0. Ponder adjusts his hat. Walk, 2 strikeouts and a home run for him this inning. Puts his glove back on. Looks down at his catcher, Wallace. Gets set in the stretch. And the pitch. Ooh, inside. Did he hit him? Nope.
Maybe grazed him.
Barely. 3-0 count.
Meeting on the
Walls
mound.
goes out to meet him to discuss things over a bit. Once again, there's a left-hander in the pen. I believe it's Matt Rhodes.
But once again, Ponder having a very solid four innings.
Slipping up a bit.
Assuming that Rhodes will probably come into the 5th.
He'll see if he can close out this inning without any more blood drawn. All right. Ponder gets set. Here's the pitch. It's strike in there. 3-1.
3-1, two outs.
Nobody on. Ponder working quickly, gets set. Stretch in the pitch. Swow back. 3-2, full count, 2 outs.
Getting a piece of that.
Ponder gets set. Stretch in the payoff pitch. Swinging. High chopping foul. On the right field side. Still full. Shorkey looks down at his coach at first base. Ponder gets set. Another payoff pitch coming. It's a stretch. Ooh, swings low. Gets the strikeout. 3 strikeouts for Ponder this inning, but he gives up 2 runs. It's 4-2 Javelinas going to the bottom of the 4th.
That's right. Jaguars making things interesting, bringing 2 runners in. And that'll leave us with a short commercial break after these few messages.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Aaron Salinas joined alongside with Robert Breedlove. A very eventful 4th inning for the Jaguars, bringing in 2 runs, making it an interesting game here at Nolan Ryan Baseball Field.
So number 22, the left fielder, Julian Duran, steps at the plate. Still on the mound is Kuroga. Looks like there might be a little action in the UFHV bullpen. Some guys getting stretched out there.
Duran, if I'm not mistaken, was the hitter that got hit last time, so we haven't seen much action out of him, but
Takes ball 1, 1-0.
averages .245 and brought in 11 RBIs and an on-base percentage of .308 out of Duran
Here we
from
go.
last season.
And pitch. Up. Ball 2, 2-0 from Kuroga. Julian Kuroga working quickly. Duran pops it up to center to Pearsall. Pearsall goes back, gets under it. Out number 1.
That leads 1 out for the Javelinas.
Dustin Aguilar steps in, tosses the bat back.
Right fielder, batting right as well, number 2, Dustin Aguilar.
Steps in. Kuroga gets set. Working very quickly. Here's the pitch. Bunt. Bunt down the right field line. Foul. Remember, last time he came up, he tried to sack bunt, failed, and got on base for fielder's choice. Trying to get on base with a bunt down the right field line, but it's just foul.
Dustin Aguilar making his way back to the box. He averaged 262, brought in 6 RBI, and an on-base percentage of .303 out of Aguilar.
Here's the pitch from Quiroga. Inside. Takes it down the third base line. Nice dive by the shortstop wall, and it's not in time. Blaha gets a nice diving play, but does not get the throw in time, so Aguilar gets on base for the infield single with 1 out.
And 1 man on base. 4-2 Javelinas lead after a very eventful 4th inning for the Jaguars, making it an interesting game, 4-2. And we are at the top of the lineup with Derek Walls back up to bat. Very fast man. We'll probably see a couple more steals out of him today.
He has 2 runs, has 2 of the Javelina runs so far, both brought in by Taylor Tasca. And Quiroga takes some time to tie his shoe.
The Javelinas will be playing against the Jaguars again today in their doubleheader at 3 o'clock, right after this game, which again you can catch here on Javelina Broadcast Network.
Quiroga takes a couple looks back at first to Aguilar. Aguilar has the lead. Gleans are holding on. And first, here's a pitch from Quiroga outside, ball 1. Javelinas have scored in every inning they played so far. Let's see if they can do it this time. Pick off to first. Back in time is Aguilar. Both these guys have quite a bit of speed.
Yes, sir. As you said, Derek Wall is a transfer from the University of Incarnate Word up in San Antonio.
Here's Quiroga with the pitch. Zaragoza playing strike 1. Zaragoza playing near on the infield grass. Interesting thing about Nolan Ryan Ballpark here is there's no dirt path on from home to first or home to third. All grass. Quiroga gets set. Here's the pitch. Outside. Strike 2. 1-2.
Wall's waiting on it with 1 man on, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 strikes. Back into the box.
Quiroga looking back. Aguilar gets set. Here's the pitch. Aguilar goes for second. Here's the throw. Down, and he's in there. A stolen base for... Oh, he's out.
He's out.
Got tagged out on second. Excuse me.
Very bold move by Aguilar. That'll be the first inning where the Javelinas do not get a run.
A strike him out, throw him out to end the inning, and we're going to the top of the 5th. Javelinas still have the lead, 4-2.
We'll be right back after these few messages.
Guess we get it.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Welcome back to Nolan Ryan Field here in Texana University-Kingsville. And we have a new man on the mound, Matt Rhodes, the lefty, number 15.
Yes, Ponder had a pretty solid game, giving up 2 runs on 4 hits.
There's Matt Rhodes' stats up there. Pretty good out of Matt Rhodes. Ponder, once again, though, had a very, very solid 4 innings.
Yes, Matt Rhodes, lefty. I believe he's a junior, batting Hatters are batting .298 against him. 3.13 ERA out of 86.1 innings.
Good numbers out of Rhodes. Very good numbers. Getting warmed up here with catcher Wallace. The last inning was, needless to say, not disappointing, but maybe a little wake-up call for the Javelinas. First inning, they did not get any runs.
Yes. But still have the 4-2 lead. And once again, Matt Rhodes taking his pitches. On deck for the Jags, that is Stephen Sharkey, and in the hole is Blake Diver, their catcher. Throwing down. Excuse me, Blake Diver is heading up to the plate. Steps into the box.
Meeting on the mound real quick before we get the fifth inning started. Pretty solid season opener for the Javelinas.
That's fine.
4-2 leading into the top of the fifth.
Okay, Diver gets into the box, settled in. Rhodes gets set. Stretch. Pitch. First pitch of the season for Rhodes is out on the outside corner for ball 1. Once again, he's working rather quickly. Here's the pitch. Strike. Right in there. 1-1. On deck for the Jags is the diminutive shortstop, Blaha. Here's the pitch from Rhodes. Nice. In there. 1-2. Pitch from Rhodes. On the outside, count is even, 2-2. No action either. Actually, there is somebody warming up. Number 3, Miles Holcomb, right-hander warming up for the Javelinas. Strike 3.
And that brings up strike 3.
Nice start for Rhodes for the season. It's the strikeout swinging from Blaha. Diver. Now Blaha is up the bat, left-handed batter, shortstop.
We're at the top of the lineup again for the Jaguars.
Okay, here's the pitch from Rhodes. In there, nice breaking ball right in there, 0-1. He's hitting his spots very well, much like Ponder was in the previous few innings. And here's the pitch. Once again, working very fast. Here's the pitch. Swinging, strike 0-2.
0-2, 1 out. Hoggies lead 4-2.
Time is called. Yeah, ball escaped from the Javelina bullpen. And we're back to play. Rhodes is set. Takes his wind up. Here we go. Reaches for it, and it goes foul. Still 0-2. It's 4-2. Javelina's lead over the University of Houston Victoria Jaguars. Here's the pitch from Rhodes. Yeah, low. Strike 3 looking. Now it's 2 outs.
Solid 2 from the lefty Rhodes. And that will bring up Ryan Suskin, the second baseman, number 4 for the Jaguars. Suskin again, part of that all-conference, one of the all-conference, from the University of Houston, Victoria.
Here's the pitch from Rhodes. Outside, ball 1. Check swing, strike 1, 1-1. No hits, no walks for the Jags here in the top of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Outside, on the outside, 1-2. Rhodes once again working very, very quickly. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Low, 2-2 counts with 2 outs. Rhodes gets set. Here's a pitch from Matt. Check swing. 3-2, full count. 2 outs, nobody on. Here's a pitch from Rhodes once again. Swing, foul tip behind the plate. Still full. On the deck is Zaragoza.
Suskin back in the box. Waiting for the pitch from Rhodes.
On the inside, takes his base. Goes behind the catcher, Wallace. And he'll get on first with a nice battle there. Gets the walk. And the Jags are still alive.
Up next for the
Or the
Jaguars,
hit,
third baseman number
hit by
20,
pitch.
Robert
Excuse me, it was a hit by pitch. Got him on the elbow there. And he gets on first, and the Jags are still alive in this inning for Robert Zaragoza, third baseman. Strike.
Swing and a miss.
Nice whiff there by Zaragoza. 0-1. Once again, Suskin is on first with the walk. Taska holding on. Rhodes looking down at him. Pickoff move. Gets in there without sliding.
Rhodes back on the mound. Zaragoza in the box.
Takes a few practice swings. Rhodes keeping an eye out in first. Breaking ball. 1-1.
1-1, 2 outs, 1 on. Hoggy still lead 4-2 in the top of the 5th.
Rhodes gets set. Stretches. Here's the pitch. High. 2 balls, 1 strike. Rhodes gets set once again. Hit back up the middle. And it'll get into the outfield for a single for the Jags. And oop. Laird had a bit of trouble getting it, but he gets it back in. Runners on second and first on a single by Robert Zaragoza.
Suskin thought about heading towards third, but Laird got there in time to make sure he stayed on second.
Wise decision. Okay, Bladau steps at the plate, the left-handed batter. Got a walk last time up. Rhodes taking a long look, finally gets settled. Time is called. Rhodes resets. Looks down. Gets set. Wind up. Delivery. On the outside. Strike 1. 0-1.
2 men on, 2 out. First strike.
Let's see. Rhodes started off the inning with two strikeouts, but then walked and gave up a single. On the inside. Strike 2. 0-2.
Bladau, the offensive leader for the Jaguars in their short season opener against Duane College from Nebraska.
Okay. Lead off on second. Ball in the dirt. Nice stop by Wallace. 1-2. So Zaragoza on first. Suskin on second. 2 outs in the top of the 5th, Javelinas have a lead 4-2 over the University of Houston Victoria Jaguars. Rhodes gets set. Looks back at second. Looks back again. Here's the pitch. In the dirt. 2-2.
Wallace quick to jump on it. Rhodes asking for an exchange. And he's back up on the mound. Suskin on second, Zaragoza on first.
Rhodes looks down at his catcher. Gets set. Oop, pickoff move to the first, nothing going there. Still 2-2 count with 2 outs. Looking for the signals is Rhodes. Gets set. Looks back at second. Here's the pitch. Swing to the second baseman, Perez. Tosses it to Rhodes coming first. Nice race over there, gets it for a 4-3 putouts.
Solid inning for Rhodes, his first inning of the game so far. And that'll bring us to the bottom of the 5th. 5 out of 9 in the book so far. And we will take a short commercial break.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Welcome back to Nolan Ryan Baseball Field. Aaron Salinas joined alongside with Robert Breedlove as we are heading into the bottom of the 5th. Javelinas still lead 4-2, and a very solid first inning for the lefty pitcher Matt Rhodes.
Here's a pitch from Quiroga. In the dirt for Taylor Tasca. Once again, he had that home run back in the first to get the Javelinas off to lead. They haven't relinquished that lead yet. 4-2. We have some action in the Houston Victoria ball, and a nice smack to the left field. Is it going? And it's gone.
He's gone.
Taylor Tasca with a 2-home run. The way to start off the season for Tasca.
And he's rounding third. Brisk jog, as you said, a second
Home run.
homer for Tasca.
Making
And
a statement.
he is back.
Javelinas get a 3-run lead, 5-2. Very exciting.
5-2, bottom of the 5th. Solid start for Taylor Tasca, the first baseman.
Now James Black steps up. He had a fly to left last time he was up. Or a fly to right. Pitch from Quiroga.
And it
Fly ball to
is
center.
back, and
Pearsall
Pearsall gets under it.
Yep. 1 out. First pitch swing there.
That'll bring up number 5, Matt Bettis, our second baseman, right-handed batter.
Grounded out last time he was up.
Matt Bettis, an average of 307, 32 RBI last season, and a pretty good on-base percentage of 459.
There's a pitch from Quiroga in there. 1 strike, 0-1 with 1 out. Pitch, Quiroga. Smacks it down the left field line. Out of the reach of the third baseman. He rounds first. He's heading for second. Here's a throw from left field from Bladal. And it hit the cutoff man, not in time.
He's going to stay at second. Good hit from Matt Bettis, our second baseman.
A double for him. 1 out.
That'll bring up
Javelinas have a man in scoring position. That'll bring up
Ryan Goudry, our designated hitter, number 19. Steps into the box.
Had a double last time he was up. And scored on that double. Quiroga gets set. Quick delivery. Fouled back. 0-1.
And it looks like the Jaguars bullpen is quiet again. We thought that they were getting someone warmed up over there, but looks like
set him back down.
Looks like Quiroga's going to stay on the mound for a little bit longer. 5-2 at the bottom of the 5th inning. Javelinas lead. Man on second.
The pitch from low and in the dirt. 1-1.
Man on second, 1 out. If you're just tuning in right now, we had our second home run from Taylor Tasca, our first baseman.
Time's called. Goudry gets back in the box with his helmet. Hits the plate with his bat. Quiroga gets set. Pitch. Low in the dirt. Nice stop by Diver. Keeping Pettis at second. Umpire and catcher take off his mask. Diver
Diver putting on his mask.
dusting a bit off dirt off his hands. 2-1 count to Goudry.
Man on second.
Here's the pitch. Tipped it. 2-2. As I used to say, it's the ballerina count. 2-2.
Bettis on second. A&M leads 5-2. 1 out. Bottom of the 5th.
Quiroga takes a look back at second. Gets set, looks back again. Pitch. Towering infield fly. Goes into the outfield. Right there's
And-
Sharkey
And
for the
it
catch.
drops. No one called it. And it looks like Bettis is going to round to third and stay there.
The little Texas leaguer right there just kind of floated out into the right field. They didn't know who was going to get it, and it dropped in there for a nice
And-
single for Goudry. So man on the corners, and Clint Wallace walks up to the plate. Got a single and an RBI, bringing around Pettis last time. Let's see if he can bring him in again.
And as Goudry makes it to first, it looks like the Jaguars are warming someone up again, and their bullpen active again. And Wallace up to bat. Wallace, the right-handed catcher, number 17, waiting for the pitch from Quiroga.
Inside, ball 1.
Clint Wallace averaged at 307, 10 RBI, and an on-base percentage of .416.
Strike 1, 1-1. Right on the outside corner.
Javelinas in scoring position with Bettis on third. From the help with the help from Goudry, who's on first.
Quiroga's given up 5 earned runs so far in this game. A foul back behind the backstop. Guidry? Guidry is at first.
Guidry on first, and Bettis on third. Bottom of the 5th. Hoggy still lead
Quiroga
5-2.
with the pitch. Inside, 2-2. Run is on the corner, 1 out. Quiroga gets set. Delivery.
And
Foul.
Up
Popped
and
up. Catcher diver.
diver
makes
right
the
under
basket
it.
catch for 2 outs. And now bring up. Travis Laird flied out to center last time he was up.
Center fielder number 14, Travis Laird.
Travis Laird averaging 270, RBI of 20, an on-base percentage of .336, as you see the stats up there on your screen. 2 outs and 2 on for the Javelinas, with Goudry on first and Matt Bettis on third. Let's see if we can get some runs in out of Laird as he steps into the box.
Quiroga gets set. Here's the pitch. In there, strike 1.
The year they changed them, there were 2 guys surviving that has 20 plus. I don't know how
Quiroga takes a couple looks back at first.
one had 27, one had like 20.
Guidry being held on by Bleens there, and it's ball 1 for Laird. 1-1, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Smacks it down to left field. It's foul. 1-2.
One and two, 2 outs, 2 men on in the bottom of the 5th here at Nolan Ryan Baseball Field on Texas A&M University-Kingsville's campus.
Quiroga gets set. Delivers. Outside. And ooh, looks like
And he-
Guidry will take second. Unchallenged by the catcher, Diver.
Diver hesitated a little bit, but Goudry just kept stepping. And that would put 2 men on still. Goudry at second and Matt Bettis at third.
They're looking to do some damage. Quiroga hoping to get out of this conundrum he's put himself in.
In a dangerous scoring position for the Javelinas.
Into the danger zone. Gets it down the right field line. It's foul. Still 2-2. Doesn't seem like there's anybody warming up in the Jaguar bullpen. Looks like they're resting some of the relievers perhaps for the next game. Here's the pitch. Smacks
And
to the right,
out.
center field. Tracks it down. Nice diving catch by Sharkey and Wright. Gets them out of the inning. So only 1 run given up by the Jags in the bottom of the 5th on that Taylor Tasca home run, the second of his game.
Yes,
and
sir.
5-2 Javelinas over Houston Victoria.
And that'll put 5 innings in the book out of 9 here at Nolan Ryan Baseball Field. And we will take a short commercial break and be right back after these few messages.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
And welcome back to Nolan Ryan Baseball Field on Texas A&M University-Kingsville's campus. Aaron Salinas joined alongside with Robert Breedlove for the Javelina Broadcast Network. And a pretty good inning for the Javelinas as we leave the bottom of the 5th coming into the 6th. And Taylor Tasca giving us another home run, huh, Robert?
Yes. He's been having a great game so far. Hopefully we'll see a lot more of that throughout the season.
Yes,
Matt Rhodes
sir.
has taken the mound once again for a second straight inning of work, giving up no runs on the
That's right. Solid inning out of Rhodes last inning.
up to bat for the Jaguars. Nice. Smacks it down, number 35, Joshua Booth. Number 4-3. It's 1 out. Nice play by Pettis to Tasca to take care of the first man. 1 away.
And to play for the Jaguars, first baseman number 15, Robert Blitzer.
Now Robert Blindser takes to the plate with 1 away. Excuse me, it's a pinch hitter. Number 9, Brandon Bohannon.
First time we're seeing Bohannon up to bat. Bohannon, part of the all-conference returning for the Jaguars
Takes a stretch.
as he steps into the box.
Down it from the right-hand side. Get a better matchup against Rhodes. Ooh,
Swing and a miss.
0-1. Looks like
Top of the 6th, A&M Kingsville leads 5-2, 3-run lead for the Hoggies.
taking no time is Matt Rhodes in the dirt. Ball 1.
Matt Rhodes looking a little more comfortable this inning.
Oh, excuse me, strike 2.
Strike 2, 1 out already.
Call time. Time is called.
And Bohannon
Adjust his gloves a bit more.
adjusting,
Yeah.
and he's ready.
Matt Rhodes looks down. Here's the pitch. Oof. Ball 1. Clint Wallace blocks it. 1-2. Rhodes gets set. Here's the delivery. Ball 2. 2-2. On deck for the smacks it down left field. Diving by Black, won't be able to get it, so he gets a nice leadoff single. Well, not a leadoff single, but gets the first guy on base for the Jaguars. It's a nice pinch hitting work from Bohannon.
Now the Jaguars will bring up
Number 26, Brian Pearsall.
Ryan Pearsall doing some solid action in the outfield. Saving a few for the Jaguars. And he's in the box waiting for the pitch from Rhodes.
2-run home run last inning. Looking to close this lead the Javelinas have. Here's the pitch. Fouls back. 0-1. Bohannon on first. Tasca holding him on. Rhodes takes a look. Here's the pitch. Swinging in the dirt.
And
Bohannon gets her second. Here's a throw from Wallace, and he is in there safe.
Good speed from Bohannon.
And that will be a wild pitch or a wild pitch. Score says wild pitch. All right, so now
0-2, 1 out, and man on second.
Victoria hoping to get a bit of closing on this lead. Strike 3 swinging. And that's 2 away for the Jaguars. And coming up to bat is number
Shorkey.
number 27,
Oh, 27. We've
Josh Ledesma.
Joshua Ledesma.
Josh Ledesma. Pinch hitting. Seemed to be
Utility player for the Jaguars.
third baseman actually.
Oh, excuse me.
Yes, third baseman. Yes, seems to be they seem to be phasing out all their left-handed batters in favor of right-handed guys to get a favorable matchup against Rose. So got a guy in scoring position on second, Bohannon, and 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Rhodes. Smacks it down the left field line. Diving
Going past.
bite walls. Bohannon is going to stay at third. So a 2-out single for Ledesma. And there's men on the corners for Mr. Blake Diver. Coming up to plate, the catcher.
Scoring position for the Jaguars. Top of the 6th, 5-2. A&M Kingsville still with the lead. Manager coming out to pick up the bat.
A little conversation between Wallace and Rhodes. Once again, Bohannon on third, Ledesma on first. Both getting some solid pinch hitting work so far this game.
Blake Diver, the right-handed catcher. Coming up, number 18.
This pitch from Rhodes. Outside, on the outside. Strike 1. Struck out last time he was up.
2 outs, 2 on each corner for the Jaguars.
What do you get?
Getting a little away from Rhodes.
Rhodes gets set. Takes a look at Ledesma on first. His pitch. In there. Strike 2. 1-2.
1-2, 2 outs. A man on each corner for the Jaguars. Top of the 6th.
Rhodes has yet to give up a run so far this game.
A&M leads 5-2 in the top of the 6th.
Pitch from Rhodes. Strike 3 in the dirt. Wallace picks it up, tosses it to Tasca. Drop third strike, and that will end the inning. So Rhodes puts in 2 solid innings of work. No runs given up so far.
That'll bring us to the bottom of the 6th as the good guys will be up to bat. And we will be taking a short break from Nolan Ryan Field and be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
And we are back, Javelina fans. Aaron Salinas joined alongside with Robert Breedlove for the Javelina Broadcast Network. And it looks like the Jaguars...
No, they stopped Kuroga on. Still pitching?
Excuse us. It looks like Kuroga is still on after 6 innings for the Jaguars.
Having a little bit of rough go, giving up 5 runs on 9 hits.
And Duran is going to come back up, our left fielder, right-handed, into the box.
Slide out last time he was up. Takes a few practice swings. Kuroga steps off. Gets back on, gets set. Here's the pitch. Pop fly, towering, getting the outfield. The right fielder, Zaragoza.
And
Nice.
caught by Zaragoza.
Gets 1 out in the bottom of the 6th.
And that'll bring up our right fielder, Dustin Aguilar, the right-hander, number 2.
Got an infield single last time on a nice diving play out short by Blaha, but outran him, got to first. Let's see if he can pull that same magic here. Get something going for the Javelinas. We have a 3-run lead, hoping to add a little bit more to that. Get some breathing room.
Once again, 5-2 here at Nolan Ryan Field. Hoggies lead by 3.
Kroger with the pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Kuroga, once again, working at a relatively quick pace. Here's the pitch. Gets it in there. Ball 2, 2-0.
Aguilar's stats up there on the screen for you, averaging 262, an RBI of 6, and an on-base percentage of 303 from the right fielder.
Smacks it right up the middle, nice ground ball, and he will get on first. Takes a little bit of a turn at first, but he won't be going anywhere. He stays at first. Nice leadoff single, 1-out single for Aguilar.
And that'll bring us to the top of the batters list with Derek Walls, the fast shortstop.
Struck out last time on I believe was a strike him out, throw him out double play. Walls very speedy at first, although was caught stealing last time. Takes the lead. Kuroga
And
goes for the pick-off throw, but Walls gets back. Walls gets back there in time.
Walls, the transfer out of UIW from San Antonio, back into the box.
Here's a pitch from Kuroga. On the ball on the outside corner. Strike 1, 0-1. Kuroga gets set. Here's a pitch. Outside, 1-1. Kuroga set. Here's the pitch. Here goes Walls going for second. Down third on the second. He's gotten a rundown. And ooh, nice.
That will
Gets
be
back.
Aguilar on. Aguilar trying to make some moves right there.
Aguilar went for second. Throws down to second baseman. Got caught in the rundown, but the first baseman, number 9, number 9, Brandon Bohannon, dropped it, and he gets back on first. So he's back on first. 1-2 count to Walls here.
The Jaguars did make some field adjustments, as you just heard. Brandon Bohannon is now on first. And
we have Zaragoza in right field. He was playing at third, and we moved to right field.
move to right field. There we go.
Kuroga, here's the pitch from Kuroga. Outside corner, 3-2, full count with 1 man on, 1 out in the bottom of the 6th.
Full count. One man on.
We
One
have
out.
some action in the bullpen for the Jags. Looks like some guys are stretching out there. There goes Aguilar for second. Throw down the second.
And he is safe.
Gets under the tag.
I'm calling him safe as we
Wall-
will have Taylor Tasca.
Walls gets the strikeout, though there's now a man in scoring position for Tasker, who's been having a heck of a game so far.
Mr. Home Run for today.
Mr. Dinger.
Number 18,
5-2, bottom of the sixth, 2 out, 1 man on. The Javelina Broadcast Network will bring to you both games for the Hoggies. We will be back soon after this game is full and done with.
Okay, here's Kuroga to Tasca. Ball one. Tasca's been a pain in the side of Kuroga, once again hitting 2 home runs off of him.
Bringing it in 2 runs as well.
Here's the pitch. Low. 2-0. Tasca gets back into the box. Kuroga in there. Aguilar on second. They're going to intentionally walk him. Probably a wise decision considering he's been kind of on a hot streak.
Most definitely.
And here's the final pitch. Tasca is intentionally walked. They put 2 men on. Tasca
Smart
on
move
first.
by Kuroga.
Yes. Now they got James Black. Flew out last time.
2 men on. Derek Walls on second and Tasca on first. Now let's see if James Black can get some action going and hopefully bring these guys home.
Steps up. Kuroga trying to get out of this inning. Ball one. Javelina so far scoreless in this inning. James Black hoping to change that. Scored in every inning but the 4th. 5-2, they have the lead. Down low, hits it to center. And Pearsall gets under it, gets that final out of the inning, and Kuroga gets out of there unscathed.
And that'll be 5-2. A&M Kingsville still with the lead. The lefty Matt Rhodes will be up on the mound again as we take a short commercial break from Nolan Ryan Field. We'll be back after this message.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Welcome back, fans. Aaron Salinas joined alongside Robert Breedlove here for the Javelina Broadcast Network, and the Hoggies are having one really solid game, 5-2 against the University of Houston Victoria Jaguars for their season opener, and you probably couldn't ask for, a more solid season opener, huh, Robert?
Yes. Bro, nice solid outing by Ponder, going 4 innings, giving up 2 runs. Rhodes has been having a great outing as well, coming in relief. He's gone through 2 scoreless innings. And see if he can continue that streak going on in the top of the 7th here.
Once again, if you're joining us just now, the Javelinas, of course, the Lone Star Conference Tournament champions, received their rings today, so big congratulations to them from all of us here at the Javelina Broadcast Network.
Here's the pitch from Rhodes, too. Nice high
And
five.
it's out. Getting under it, and he's out.
No, getting under it was Aguilar. There's Dylan Blaha, the shortstop, flying out to right field. 1 out.
Up next for the Jaguars,
Now, Ryan Suskin.
second baseman number 4, Ryan Susan.
Lefty coming up to bat. As you said, Rhodes having a pretty solid 2 innings so far, scoreless for him.
Fly ball to left
Sending it out
field.
to left.
And it'll get down. Out of play, foul. 0-1.
0-1, 1 out, top of the 7th. Hoggies lead 5-2.
All right. Suskin steps out, takes a few practice swings, gets back in. Rhodes is set, and here's the pitch. Ooh, way outside. 1-1. Outside the reach of Clinton Wallace. Nobody on, so it's 1-1 with 1 out. The pitch inside. 2-1. Jags trying to get something started here, down by 3 runs in the top of the 7th. The dirt, 3-1. Second baseman Matt Perez playing very on the outfield grass a bit. Playing back, the left-hander at bat. Whoa, ooh. Right, a little bit of chin music. He gets a walk. 1 out.
Suskin to first.
And at the bat now is
Zaragoza.
played third baseman for the first few innings, but now is playing right. That's their substitution. Left-handed batter.
Getting himself warmed up. And he steps into the box waiting the pitch from Rhodes.
Got a single last time he was up. Rhodes takes a look down at first. Suskin. Pitch. Chopper to second base. Pettis return to and we'll only get the guy at second.
Almost a double play.
So a 4-6 out at second, and Zaragoza gets on the fielder's choice. So two outs. And now Capladao steps up to plate, has a walk so far. Grounded out last time he was up. Left-handed batter, left-handed Rhodes. Here's the pitch. Strike 1 right in there.
Going past Bladau, once again the offensive leader for the Jags.
Haven't seen too much offense from him so far today. Inside, ball 1. Looks like we do have somebody warming up in the pen for the Javelinas, the right-hander. And we also have a righty warming up for the Jags. Here we go. Ooh, a sharp swing, 1-2.
That's right. The Javelinas and Jaguars are going to be playing 18 innings of baseball, 2 games back-to-back, which you can catch here with the Javelina Broadcast Network. Of course.
Mini marathon of baseball.
Gotta love it.
Here's the pitch. Smacks it to Pettis. Pettis picks it up, takes it to first to Tasca for the final out of the top of the 7th.
7 innings down. We're going to be into the bottom of the 7th coming up as the Javelinas will take on the field. And we will be right back after these short messages.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Aaron Salinas joined alongside with Robert Breedlove. And the Jaguars have taken Quiroga out and brought in
Matt Brister, the
Matt
righty.
Brister, changing things up for the Jaguars.
Quiroga went about 6 innings, gave 5 runs on 10 hits. All of them earned. Not some great outing from Quiroga, but I suppose it could be worse.
Could be worse, but you know, we do have the ball game, 5-2. Javelinas still in the lead. Solid first game for the Javelinas.
Yep, in the on-deck circle is Matt Perez.
This is just in my opinion, this has been a great season opener for the Javelinas. You know, you get to shake off that off-season rust, come in, play a solid game. You know, those 2 runs did put them on the edge of their seat a little bit.
And some beautiful weather, nice blue skies, just a bit partly cloudy with a slight wind going out to the outfield towards Corral. And the
Yes,
apartments
sir.
beyond home field, beyond the fence.
Much better weather than we were expecting, so
So
perfect baseball
stepping
weather.
up to plate is Matt Perez, and Blister will take his first pitch of the game. Ew, in the dirt outside, ball 1. 1-0. On deck.
Brister, excuse me.
Strike 1. 1-1.
Bottom of the 7th here at Nolan Ryan Field. Matt Pettis' stats up there on the screen for you. Pretty impressive on-base
Good
percentage.
pitch from Perez to Perez. 1-2 takes the first strike. He's taken all of his pitches so far this at bat. See if he pulls the trigger on this one. On deck is Ryan Guidry. Smacks it. Nice line drive to right field.
Right over second's head, and he
Drops in front of Zaragoza, and he gets on for a leadoff single. Nice start for the Javelinas.
And our designated hitter, Gudry, will be making his way up, number 19. Number 19 making his way up.
It's a double. And got on base last time. So Brister takes a look back at first. In there, strike 1. Leesner holding on Pettis at first. Pettis takes the lead. Brister looks back. Time is called.
5-2. Javelina still in the lead.
Guidry. Brister eyeing Pettis at first. Gets set. Pettis. Ooh,
Taking the hit.
Guidry getting hit. Takes first base. And a hit by pitch, and there's nobody out. 2 on.
Bottom of the 7th.
And Clint Wallace will come up to the plate, the backstop for us today. Gonna got an RBI on a single, contributing to the Javelina offense. 5 runs for the Javelinas. Made some good stomps, preventing some runs from coming across for the Jags. Here's the pitch. Ooh, going scoring around for a bunt, pulls back, ball 1. Javelina's looking to play maybe a bit of small ball to move some guys into scoring position, that is.
Clint Wallace's stats up on the screen for you.
Here's the pitch. He goes down for another bunt, pulls back. Throw down the second, and ooh, caught in a rundown. Pettis is caught it on a rundown, going back and forth. There's a throw down, and he will be tagged out at third base.
That'll bring our first
Brister.
out.
First out of the inning.
Oh, no, dude, don't worry about it.
So a bit of another weird rundown. We had a few of those so far this game, but it's 2-0 for Wallace. I imagine he will not be scoring around this time. We'll see. Pulls back. Straight up pop fly. First baseman calls it.
And
Makes
catches.
the catch. 2 away.
After Wallace, that'll bring up Travis Laird, our center fielder, number 14.
Number 14, Travis Laird.
Taking a little prep time. It's been a pretty fun season opener, I would say, Robert. Lots of fun plays.
Got seen some great defense, some great offense, and some pretty solid pitching so far.
Makes us really excited for the oncoming year for the Javelinas.
Let's hope we.
And Travis Laird.
Laird takes the first strike. 0-1. Looks like we have some action out in the Javelina bullpen. We've got a right-hander warming up.
Once again, like we said, the Javelinas and Jaguars are pretty much playing 18 innings of baseball, 2 games back-to-back with a 30-minute break in between.
So
9 solid innings.
outside, ball 1, 1-1. Jags have some action in their pen as well. Or some guys stretching back there.
Brister.
Nice chopper back to Brister. Oh, bobbles it.
And he
Can't get it.
bobbles.
Hold on to it. And everyone is safe. So we have 2 men on.
2 men on, 2 out.
Scorer puts an error on the pitcher, Brister. A little shaky start for Brister out in relief of Groga. Still haven't given up any runs, but Duran hopes to change it, our left fielder.
Julian Duran has been hit twice already, if I'm not mistaken.
Takes it for a ball, ball 1. Couple flyouts.
Averaging 245.
Last season.
And an on-base percentage of 308 for the 2013 season for the Javelinas.
There's a pitch. Down. 2-0. Javelin is hoping to pull a little bit of insurance onto the 3-run lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Brister gets set. Pitch. Outside, 3-0. Brister gets set. Time called. And he'll reset. And so will Duran.
Waiting for the pitch from Brister. Winding up.
Here we go. And ball 4. 4-pitch walk for Duran, and the bases are now loaded. Nowhere to put him for Dustin Aguilar.
Dangerous position right now for the Jaguars. Bases loaded. Bottom of the 7th, 5-2. A&M still leads.
We have Aguilar, a single. Got caught in a rundown last time. Seems to be a common theme for him so far this game. The pitch, smacks it. A little chopper down the third base line, and it will roll foul. 0-1 for Aguilar, the right fielder. Bases loaded for Aguilar. See if he can put some damage on the Jaguars here. Once again, 3-run lead for the Javelinas. Takes a deep breath and steps back into the box. Brister gets set, looks down. And here's the 0-1. Inside, 1-1.
Aguilar readjusting.
Brister doesn't work at the same quick pace that Kuroga has worked at. A little bit more deliberate in his motions. Gets set. 1-1 count.
Ooh,
Off the back leg.
and that will bring in a run.
Hit by pitch run. Not the way you want to bring in a run, but it's a run nonetheless. 6-2 Hoggies.
Base is still loaded here at Nolan Ryan Field, bottom of the 7th, 2 outs.
Derek Walls steps into the plate. Get the dangerous Taylor Tasca on deck, and if the bases are still loaded after Walls, that's somebody you definitely do not want on. So the Jags hopefully to get out of this inning relatively bloodless.
Tasca, like he said, 2 home runs for the year so far in the season opener for the Javelinas.
Strike 1 in there. 0-1.
And Brister's got to be thinking that in the back of his mind.
Hoggies have a chance to blow this game wide open. 4-run lead now. Smacks it down to the shortstop, bobbles it,
Bobbles.
and will get the play at first. A very, very close bang play by the shortstop, Blaha. Bobbles it, but gets it in on time, so top of the inning over. 1 run only given up by the Jags with the bases loaded. So
TAMUK leads 6-2. Bottom of the 8th coming up at Nolan Ryan Field after this quick break.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
And we are back here at Nolan Ryan Field. Aaron Salinas joined alongside with Robert Breedlove for the Javelina Broadcast Network. And it is the top of the inning, 7 innings in the book so far, as the Jaguars are up to bat. Matt Rhodes, the lefty, still up. And,
he's going to his 4th inning of work, and now we have Josh Booth coming up, the designated hitter.
pretty good inning for the Javelinas last inning.
Could have gotten more, but can't get too greedy. They had a run in now and expand the lead to 4 runs.
Yes, sir.
Jags hoping to cut down on that a bit with Booth on. Here's the pitch from Rhodes. Smacks it to the second baseman. Perez. Toss to first. Easy out. Out number 1.
Top of the 8th, 6-2 here at Nolan Ryan Field.
And Bohannon, I believe, is up to bat.
Yes, sir. Bohannon, our first baseman for the Jaguars.
Bohannon.
And it looks like Coach Jason Gonzalez is going to have a word with Rhodes.
Discuss things over.
And like we said, the Javelinas will take a short break after this game, and they will be facing the Jaguars again for another 9-inning game, and it will be brought to you here at the Javelina Broadcast Network.
And it looks like that'll be all for Rhodes.
Solid for Rhodes.
After 3 and a 3 inning, he walks off, and looks like we have a new pitcher.
It looks like Diefenbach,
Diefenbach.
if I'm not mistaken.
I believe it's Benitez.
Oh, Benitez?
Benitez.
32?
Yes, Ryan Benitez.
Ryan
taking his
Benitez.
warm-ups. And
Solid 4 innings for
Rhodes.
Matthew Rhodes, correct. Excuse me. And
No runs given up. Nice solid start to the season.
you cannot complain about that.
Pitching has been pretty superb so far. Let's hope Benitez can hold off the Jags for another inning or so.
Benitez throwing some good ones right now in warm-up.
Wind looks like it's picking up again. Dimensions of Nolan Ryan Field are pretty standard. You get a 400 deep to center, 375 to either to right center and left center, and 320 down the lines.
And of course, it's on the campus of Texas A&M University-Kingsville. Nolan Ryan, a Hall of Famer
Yes.
for TAMUK.
The team's was built, I believe, in 92 or 93. So,
Proud alumni from Texas A&M Kingsville. Graduate of Refugio High School.
yes.
Known for their football, but known for a legend of a baseball player.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right now,
Bohannon is back in the box as we will see Benitez take his first pitch.
came into pinch hit a couple innings ago. Got a single out of it, so good job so far for Bohannon in this game. Takes the first pitch on the outside for strike one. Nice start for Benitez. Benitez, here's the pitch from Benitez working quickly. And there again, 0-2. Being relatively aggressive, he can with that 4-run lead. See if he gets the strikeout here on this next pitch, 0-2. Pitch, heater. Ooh, outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You heard the smack from the glove.
Nice, very hard throwing Benitez.
And Bohannon gets it.
Nice, drops into the left field. Bohannon gets on for another single to 1 out, and that will now bring it up.
Bohannon rather consistent for the Jaguars.
Yes, Pearsall steps at the plate. Once again has a 2-run home run. The only 2 runs that the Victoria has scored so far this game. Still down 4 runs. He has 1 guy on. See if the Hoggies can hold him off. With 1 man on, with 1 out.
Benitez getting his pitch.
He's set. His pitch. Throwing very hard. 0-1. Strike 1.
6-2, top of the 8th here at A&M Kingsville.
Gets set once more. Very fast delivery. Swing, miss, strike 2. 0-2. We were talking about Nolan Ryan earlier. He seems kind of a bit of a Nolan Ryan style, just kind of a power pitcher.
Lets it go and lets it go hard. Pearsall back in the box, waiting for delivery from Benitez.
It's the pitch. Outside, 1-2.
Very quick delivery from Benitez. 1-2, 1 on, 1 out.
He's in full round. Here's the pitch. Strike 3, swinging strike 3.
Pearsall a little disappointed as he heads back to the bench.
Once again, nice aggressive style from Benitez. Gets a strikeout there on Pearsall.
At bat for the Jaguars, number 27, third baseman Josh Ledesma.
So Ledesma, Josh Ledesma, once again he pinched it. I believe he got on base as well. So nice pinch hitting so far from the Jags.
Going back center field.
Back deep to center field,
Laird
and
gets under it and gets it.
so quick inning for the Javelinas there. No runs. They give up.
6-2 here at Nolan Ryan Field. Solid from Benitez. I mean, he put some zing behind those pitches. And we will be right back here at Nolan Ryan Field after a word from our sponsors.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Welcome back, fans. Javelinas are still in the lead after 8. Excuse me, yes, after 7. Sorry.
7.5.
7.5. Bottom of the 8th coming up.
Brister back on the mound, gave up 1 run last inning, could have gave up a lot more.
Yes, sir.
But the Javelinas still have a 4-run lead. It's 6-2, and Taylor Tasca,
Coming up.
pardon the pun, but let's see if Mr. Brister is up to the task.
Oh, Robert. It's going to be a fun season here at Nolan Ryan Field as the Javelinas are looking to even better their very successful season from 2013, the Lone Star Conference Tournament champions.
Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. 1-0 to Tasca. Unlike Benitez, who played it very aggressively the last inning, Brister will have to play very conservatively against Tasca. Here we go. Pitch. In there. Strike 1. 1-1.
Tasca's stats going up and a fantastic RBI setting from last year, 52, with an on-base percentage of .407. But when the guy gets homers, he doesn't get touch a base really.
So,
and it's going back.
And it
Pearsall.
will. Nice catch by Zaragoza in right field. So it's 1 away.
Number 10 coming up, James Black, our third baseman. Right-handy. 1 out, bottom of the 8th. James Black stats from last year up on the screen for you.
Here's the pitch from Brister. Smacks to the shortstop. He's right there. Blaha. And gets there. Gets the throw in. 2 away.
Number 5, Matt Bettis coming up. Our second baseman.
Got a single last time.
Matt Bettis having a solid year, year so far with the season opener for the Javelinas.
Single and a double. Here's the pitch.
Going past him.
In there. Strike 1. 0-1. Strike 2. No swing. 0-2.
0-2, 2 outs.
Brister working very quickly.
Picking up the pace for himself.
Strike 3. Swinging strike 3. Very quick inning for the Javelinas, but we're heading to the top of the 9th. The Jags are down
6-2. And we will still have Benitez, it looks like, coming up to the mound. The big hard thrower coming up, big hard right-handed. And we will continue on with the University of Houston Victoria Jaguars face on the Texas A&M Javelinas after a word from our sponsors.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Welcome back, baseball fans. We are here at Nolan Ryan Field. Aaron Salinas joined along with Robert Breedlove. 8 innings in the books. Our last and final inning for Game 1 of the Javelinas versus Jaguars is upon us as
number 30, pinch inning for the Jags, Brian Harvey. Benitez still up there, not in a closing scenario right now with 4-run lead by the Javelinas. Gets it in there, strike 1. Once again, playing very aggressively with a 4-run lead.
He put some zing behind his pitches, and he is up on the mound again.
Very quick work. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, strike 2.
Benitez trying to close this inning short.
Very quick work. Here's the pitch. Chopper
And
down to third base. On to Tasca. 1 out. Very quick first at bat in the 9th inning. So that will bring up.
And as we said, of course, the Javelinas in their season opener in a doubleheader against the University of Houston Victoria Jaguars. You can catch the game here again after a short break after this game.
Baja is up to bat, but looks like there's a meeting on the mound, and we have another pitcher coming in. Middle of the 9th.
Great work from Benitez, though, of course.
Hard throwing, picks up a couple strikeouts, and look at the glove, and now up to pitch is Carl Huizer. Carl Huizer. The left-hander hoping to close out with a couple left-handers coming up. We'll get his warm-up pitches.
Lefty for the Javelinas.
The lefty action.
Solid game for the Javelinas. There's no real complaints
Now pitching for the Hogs.
for a season opener.
Solid defense, no errors on their part. Solid offense, get 6 runs, including 2 home runs by Taylor Tasca. And
He put some zingo in that pitch and knocked his cap off.
oh, really?
Getting it back on.
And of course, the pitching, we had the only 2 runs were given up by Dallas Ponder, but he still had an excellent game. Rose put in several scoreless innings, and Benitez, once again, hard throwing, gets a few strikeouts and goes scoreless. And the University of Houston Victoria Jaguars, they haven't scored since the 4th inning. So the Javelinas have been shutting them down for about 4 innings so far, and see if Mr. Huizer can close them out.
But, of course, not to take anything away from the University of Houston Victoria. They are on a 3-game losing streak. If the Weezer closes out this game, it'll be a 4-game losing streak with an overall record so far 1-3. And they will be playing Wayland Baptist University after the Javelinas next week up in Victoria. So they're a solid team coming out of the NAIA, Association of Independent Institutions.
And so we have
And
lefty stepping up. That should be Dylan Blaha. First pitch is a strike in there. 0-1.
Blaha been relatively quiet the entire game. In the box waiting for his pitch.
Swing, big whiff, 0-2.
Oh, 2, 1 out, 6-2, top of the 9th.
Huizer not taking his time. Gets set. Here's the pitch. Strike 3,
And that is
looking.
out.
Another strikeout for Blaha. Not a very good game for him so far. So
Javelinas close to ending this one.
Suskin takes a step up to the plate. 2 away, 1 more to go for the Javelinas.
One more out, and Weezer can put this game away.
Strike 1. Once again, not afraid to be aggressive. Nice, comfortable lead. No need to panic. No need to worry. Just cruise to the end of this game. This pitch. Swing. And tipped away foul. 0-2.
Weezer, only since he's seen 2 batters, I mean, he's looking pretty good, considering we have a whole nother game ahead of us.
Yes. Here's the pitch. Can he close it out? Ooh. Ball 1. 1-2.
1-2, 2 outs, nobody on. A&M Kingsville still leads 6-2 at the top of the 9th.
This pitch. Ooh, in the dirt. And his cap comes off again. Probably need to get that a little tighter on his head. 2-2 count.
The wind doesn't help out here.
Wind seems to be, according to the flagpole out in right center, seems to be blowing out a little bit more. Harder than it was a little bit earlier. It's
he
to Pettis.
sends it to Pettis.
Pettis will toss it over to
Traska,
Traska, and that's in
a
game one.
game.
Opening day win for the Javelinas. 6-2 against the University of Houston of Victoria. Very solid win.
Thank you so much, everybody. Of course, this is a doubleheader, so the Javelinas will be facing the Jaguars once again after a short break. Cannot complain for the Javelinas. Solid win, all-around great game.
And Ponder will pick up the win. We'll have Kuroga will pick up the loss. Ponder is now 1-0 on this season and only giving up 2 runs.
The Victoria Jaguars now fall to 1-4, and they are on a 4-game losing streak. They will, like I said, face Wayland Baptist University at home in Victoria after the game next week after the game against the Javelinas.
So stick around. We'll be having another game after this.
9 innings coming up in a short while, right here at the Javelina Broadcast Network. Nolan Ryan Field. Thank you.